Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 19. And we about to get in the 20s, people. And we have established, well, the team has finally established themselves. And I like it. I really do. And we get to see Raculus get beat down. I ain't want him to die. I just want him to get beat down and knock down a pig. But you know, people like him, you know, it always takes something really bad something really bad to happen to them for them to realize the error of their ways. But I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon with Raculus. I don't think he's gonna be that guy right now. But I do see him and Gita fighting together in the future. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But in this episode, we see that the Bugnarok have completely taken over Shogadam, and all the people have basically evacuated into their homes, and there are Bugnarok walking amongst the streets, and they're basically holding Raculus basically captive and forcing him to get the people on his side, and well, they're already on his side, but getting the people to believe that the Bugnarok are actually, you know, here to be their humble, like, little neighbors or whatever. And people don't believe that. We already see that the people don't believe that, and we see that the rest of the team, they ended up creating, you know, forging their own plan to evacuate everyone and also take down all of the little smaller Bugnarok that are around the city. And we also see that Yanma and Jeremy end up forming a plan to basically capture Raculus after he, you know, ends up running out of the palace after throwing his sword, which was the stupidest thing to do. You could have just hitched up and fought these guys, but he even pointed his own sword at his subordinate, which his other subordinate, the little dude with the weird hair, the little chubby guy, was not in this episode at all. He wasn't around. Kind of suspicious, but I don't know. He just wasn't in this episode. His other homeboy was in this. Luigi. I'll call him Mario and Luigi. Luigi was in this episode, and we see that Dabowski's sister basically sends Dabowski a message saying that what's currently going on within the city. And we see that Rita basically tells the rest of the other kings that we need to form a brand new treaty because Raculus is no longer fit to rule his kingdom, and his kingdom is no longer a functioning kingdom now that basically enemy forces have taken it over. And that's when we get the Raculus. He ends up running out of the kingdom, and that's when we see Gira go into the kingdom and basically save his orphaned friends, from a bunch of Bugnarok grunts, and they have a heartfelt, you know, reunion and things like that, and he promises to them that he won't ever leave them again. And I did like that scene because they were really worried about dude, like he's basically like a big brother to them, and I'm glad that they finally got that they finally got to see that little closure between the two, between them. So yeah, so Jeremy and Yama end up capturing Raculus, and basically just like they basically pretend that they're gonna kill him. They basically pretended they were basically they were going to kill him, and they ended up, and we see that Yama ends up pulling that prank on him, making him sit down on that giant like whoopee cushion thing, and just like completely embarrassing Raculus. Like his facial expression was priceless, and we got to see it in real time this time. It wasn't an imagined thing or like a flash or whatever. It was actually like him right there. So yeah, so that's basically Yama and Jeremy's plan to basically do that. You see that they ended up fighting a bunch of the Bugnarok that were all the way in the city, and they end up bringing Raculus back to Deathnarok, and Deathnarok basically did all this just to establish like his new kingdom, which is now Shogunam. And we get the review. We get like the a new monster this time. He's not really. I guess he was sort of like a monster of the week. He was like a big shell type of monster, and they wouldn't let the guy say his name, which was funny. It was like it was Diamond Dan or something like that. They wouldn't let every time he got ready to say his name, they cut him off, and so the rest of the kings end up taking Raculus back to they capture Raculus and basically end up taking him back to the throne room, and they end up confronting Death Nock. So they ended up forming all the team basically established themselves and have basically formed a new task force that will basically gets all the kingdoms to put aside all their differences and actually really unite with each other to basically take down take down the Bugnarok, basically any enemy forces that come across on the world. So we get the amazing group henshin and the amazing group roll call, but now it's like it feels different this time, other than the first time they had the big group thing, and now it really feels like they're at like an actual like team now. And I wouldn't say everybody's friends. I mean, I feel like, well, I'll say that everybody's friends, but not really like, we real cool like that. I feel like this is a common ground coming together sort of thing. So we ended up they ended up going off and fighting all of these Bugnarok. We say that Death Nock basically said that, yeah, well, if you tried to fight me or whatever, I'll kill all the people, I'll destroy this place. And he's like, nah, we plan for that. Basically, we see that Tofu and how did I forget Himeno's kingdom's name? But her kingdom and Dabowski's kingdom have they formed a plan to evacuate all the people, and Dabowski is feeding everybody and taking care of everyone. So that's out the way. We see that Yama's kingdom ended up taking down and capturing a bunch of the Bugnarok grunts. So now Death Nock ain't got no ground. He can't just do anything. Now they just got a straight up fight. So we got our main team versus these four guys. We got which is Kamen, Death Nock, King-Ohger, and Diamond Dan. I can't take his name seriously. I mean, he was cool. Like, he had shields for like arms, and like they couldn't break through his like defenses. He was cool, and he looked kind of cool too. But it was just his name was like Diamond Dan. Like, why you can't? Your name just could have been Diamond. I don't know. Like, it's just something better than Diamond Dan. That's just not menacing. That's not a good villain name. Like, keep the Diamond, but like put something else there, dude. Dan, really? You just sound like Dan from Street Fighter with armor on. Like, it's not. Come on, man. So big fight breaks out. We got Yanma and Himeno versus fighting Kamen. We got Yama. Not Yama Himeno. It's Yanma and Jeremy. Everybody's kind of switching back and forth. It's Yanma and Dabowski fighting Diamond Dan. We got Rita and Himeno fighting Kamen, and we got Jeremy fighting Death Nock, and Gira is off fighting King-Ohger. So fights are breaking out. Everybody's doing their thing. Everybody's everything cool and whatever. And they ended up beating down We ended up beating down all three of Death Nock, Kamen, and King-Ohger. We see that Gira hitches up into the golden form and fights off King-Ohger. And that's when Kamen says, hey, maybe we should get out of here. All three of them basically, port away. Well, they lava away. They like, these guys are freaking lava benders. And that's when Diamond Dan grows to the giant freaking size, grows up, and then we end up using our Ultra Zord, but they couldn't break through his defenses, even though this big giant Ultra Zord made of all the freaking Zords couldn't break through the freaking shields. So Jeremy detaches himself from it, transforms into Tarantula Knight, uses his webs to web him up and put his shield on his back, put his arms behind his back, so his shield's on his back, so his whole body is exposed, and he reattaches, and then they end up defeating him. Whew. After they defeat him, they go back. They take Reckless back to the throne room. Well, he was already there, but they take him back to the throne room, and he has they talk to him about, you know, how your methods are and things like that, and what you're doing is pretty disgusting, and everything you have done is disgusting, and he's not budging. So that's when Gira comes up, pulls his sword out, and challenges him to combat. The same type of fight they had before, but now we're more powerful, people. So yeah, next episode we're going to see a battle between the brothers again, but most likely it's going to be in Gira's favor. So yeah, but yeah, now we're going to see who is going to become the true king of Shogadam. Most likely, most likely it's going to be Gira, but now the people of Shogadam are still kind of on the fence about Gira, even though there's some people talking in whispers of like them actually starting to see what Gira is really doing, and also starting to doubt Raculus. So yeah, I did love this episode though. It really established the team now. I love the new peace treaty that they have with each other now that, you know, things have gotten so bad that we really do have to come together right now. And the Bugging Rock, I kind of wanted this whole Bugging Rock being a Shogadam stuff to last a little bit longer. Like, they really didn't interact with people. It just seems like the like little grunt Bugging Rock was just walking around playing and doing weird stuff and bullying all the humans and stuff like that, which wasn't much of, but we see that that's basically what they were doing. And also seeing that the people are starting to see Raculus and questioning Raculus, like, why isn't Raculus, you know, fighting the Bugging Rock right now? Why is his traitorous brother out here calling himself the Tyrant King and talking about he's gonna take over and do all that stuff? Like, you know, it was weird. And where's Hat Guy? Where's the dude that was where's the one civilian dude that's all on Raculus's nuts? Where's that guy at? He ain't been around lately. I mean, I think he's gonna be in the next episode, 'cause I've seen the scans for the next episode. So he's gonna be in the next episode, probably still all up on Raculus's nuts. Got his Wagyu beef all in his mouth. But yeah, man, this is a great episode. I'm just wondering if, like, even if Gira does become the king, how's that gonna play out? And is Rita just gonna put Raculus in jail? You know, stuff like that. Like, how is all that gonna play out? And what are the Bugging Rock gonna do now? Because they just got here and they're already getting kicked out. You know, I feel like Death Rock gonna have something else planned. Now, where's Mario? Where's Raculus's other, like, lackey dude? And then the other guy that, you know, his other lackey dude, Luigi, who he literally who Death Rock ordered Raculus to, you know, off him. You know, he put the sword in dude's face and he got up and ran off. So is he possibly gonna come to get us side now that, you know, he has also questioned Raculus and he may in fact feel betrayed by Raculus? Because I feel like Raculus possibly was gonna do it. So yeah, but you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this episode of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, stay henshined.